I'm curious just as far as how the roster ended up, how you feel about the special teams group and particularly some of the young guys that you feel like can contribute immediately.
I think it's great. I think they did a great job. It kind of worked out the way we thought it would. We have great communication here. So, Veach does a real good job of making sure that there's no surprises, so everybody's on the same page and we know when changes are going to occur, and really it worked out kind of like just the way we wanted it to. And, I'm really happy and pleased with the guys we got.
Let's go to Pete Sweeney. Go ahead, Pete.
Good morning, Dave. I have two questions. First, Harrison Butker, it sounded like he came back a little bit stronger in the offseason. I was wondering if you have a range in mind. Of course, I know Wynn will go into that, but in a vacuum, where do you feel comfortable? And then secondly, what type of year do you think Butker Hardman is going to have? What are your expectations for him?
Okay, first with Butker, I think, he had a great offseason. He worked hard, whether it was lifting weights, his diet, and getting out and kicking. I think he kicked a little bit more this offseason than he has in the past, and he came back strong. I mean, I'd say he probably increased his range by about 5 yards. His other range last year, I think, was, I would probably take him back, 55. We could probably take him back to 60 in a vacuum. I mean, it's unbelievable, but he's that strong. Obviously, wind, that's the big factor, wind and, the weather, obviously, cold weather. I mean, it all has something to do with it. But in a vacuum, I think he could hit a 60-yarder, and I feel pretty good with it. As far as McCole is we're expecting good things from McCole. I think he's going to take major strides in his kick return ability. I really think he's on the verge of being really, really good and explosive. He's explosive already, but he's going to be even better. So we're excited about him and the way he's developed.
Sam McDowell. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Dave. Pete actually kind of asked what I was going to ask there about McCole, but what do you think just maybe the end of the season and those big kick returns he had in the playoffs specifically kind of did for him, maybe confidence-wise going into an important offseason?
Yeah, as the year went on, he got better and better, and he got more confidence back there. Of course, we got to block people up. I mean, this group this week that we're playing, they were number one in the league in kickoff coverage last year and kickoff punt return too as well. So we got a good group coming in here. We have to do a good job blocking, but he got better and better as the year went on last year. And it kind of culminated in that game against Houston with that 56-yard return that kind of propelled us, kind of got us going in the right direction. So, he's ready to take that next step. We've talked about it, I'm really, really excited about his future.
Let's go to Sarin Petra. Go ahead, Sarin.
Coach, the roster is obviously you guys did a great job of keeping all your stars in place, right? But that means a lot of big contracts, particularly a lot of them that are going to hit over the next couple of years. When you put it together this year, did you have to spend a little bit more time maybe looking over the horizon and thinking about next year as far as the different positions, because you do have some really big paydays that are going to come on the other side to where you had to find guys that not only fit for this year's team, but also can maybe be on the cheaper end and make the roster work in years to come?
I think that's really more of a question for Veach. I mean, Veach, those guys look at the numbers. I just look for what's going on right now. I mean, as a football coach, we tell them who the best players are and who we like to keep and who we like to see play on Sunday. And that's where it really ends. I mean, we don't really get into the numbers and those kind of things. Those guys make those decisions. I know it's part of it, but hopefully, we have good communication going forward. So we're working the right guys in practice so we can see, what's going to happen down the road. But this year it worked out like we planned. I've got all the players back that we've had last year and then some, Ed and Antonio Hamilton and getting Kent back off the injury. That was really a good surprise, was that he was able to come back from that injury like he did. It's a credit to him, and the trainers did a great job of getting him right.
Looks like we have one more hand up. Let's go to Matt Derrick to close us out. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Coach, without getting to see the rookies in spring and preseason games, how nervous is that going to be, seeing some of the young guys out there, especially, Tommy Townsend, because he's going to be in a big role for you?
Yeah, I'm very nervous. I'm nervous every game. It doesn't matter. I mean, that's life as a special teams coordinator. I mean, it's crazy out there. One play could win a game, lose a game. So nervous all the time. But you're right. This game's a little bit different. We got You know, we got Willie Gay. He's going to play a lot, and we got Tommy Townsend. We got rookies out there, Snead. I mean, we got guys that are going to be playing in this game that never played a game in the NFL. So, really, the thing that surprises them the most is the game speed. You know, how fast it actually is. And I think after a couple plays, you know, they'll settle down and they'll be okay. We just hope that no major mistakes are made. And once we get into the flow of the game, I think all of them, you know, what we're seeing in practice will be solid and be good players for us down the road.
Coach, we really appreciate your time today. Thanks for joining us.
Got it. Take care, guys.